In all my years on this plane, no creature has vexed me more than the Veritoran possum. A solitary creature, only coming forth to mate and raise young. Despite very little adaptations for magical defenses, the possum has surprisingly few predators, save for coyotes, owls, and the occasional dragon. Due to their unique physiology, the possum is immune to diseases ranging from rabies to mummy rot. And a single creature can eat upwards of 3 goblins a week. A marsupial, the female has a pouch to house their babies before getting their hats. But the young bachelorette is known to keep the occasional switchblade. Despite their seeming lack of defenses, something amazing can happen to this little mammal. Despite the laws of nature, supply and demand, a Veritoran possum can find a wizard hat and open an item shop.
In front of the 4 of you, in this dark alley, one of you holding the head of one of your closest friends appears to be almost like a shop stall. It's like a very like hastily, like poorly crafted metal table that has like a number of small things on it. They appear to be on display as if they are going to be sold to all of you. But there are no price tags, there's no writing whatsoever except on 1 or 2 pieces that are on display. The shopkeep themselves, for all intents and purposes, appears to be a regular looking possum. Not like large, not showing any signs of greater intelligence. They just appear to be like a completely normal beast. The only thing that separates them from any other possum that you have ever seen appears to be a hat that is on their head. It appears to be like a very, very finely made, crushed velvet purple wizard's hat that has a number of yellow construction paper stars hastily taped and glued onto it in several different places. But the possum looks at all of you, eyes you up and down, reaches into the little pouch that she has and pulls out a singular business card and puts it on the table. In crayon, there is the words, I Paya, I trade. And Paya is spelled P-I-A-H, all in uppercase letters. And trade is spelled like T-R-A-Y-D.
You know, this day just keeps getting weirder.
This isn't normal? Your shopkeepers don't all look like this?
Not
This
for
is
me,
normal.
no.
No, this is pretty normal.
This is weird.
I didn't want to assume.
This is kind of on a scale of like normal day to incredibly strange day. From like 1 to 10, we're on about that 8.5.
An 8?
2.
A 2.
It's okay. How about this? And he just like gets on his knees, and because he is a furball, he can beasts and animals and like plants can't understand him, but can't speak back. He can't understand them back in whatever language. And he goes, "You're a trader of sorts, what?"
She acknowledges what you say and just nods ever so slightly.
Okay. I apologize for hitting you with my staff. And he turns to everybody. What? Trade? What?
I don't have any money.
Oh, you don't need money to trade. You just need something. Hello, Paya. Hello. Oh, you're adorable. Slap, 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 slap on the head. Just like pats, but not.
Yeah, she starts purring ever so slightly, and gestures with her snout at all of her wares.
I guess what's on the table?
So on the table, there appears to be a rusty kitchen knife, a half-melted candle, like a long candle, almost like a birthday candle, but like much larger. What appears to be a discarded box of mints, one of those like deflated, like one of those foil balloons that appears to be the letter A that is completely deflated. There appears to be like a leaf in a bottle suspended in some kind of liquid, but you're not entirely sure what. A menu that appears to be discarded and is covered in like other writing, but you can't really determine what it actually says or what it does. And a broken off doorknob that has like a little bit of wood on it left, as if it was like ripped out of a door, or like it's the last thing that remains from like a door that was absolutely destroyed, possibly in the scrapyard.
Oh, this is wonderful. I like this. Are any of you interested?
You know what? I don't think my day could get any more.
I want the mints.
Vaguely gestures. Yeah. How much for the? What would you take for the doorknob pie?
As you say that, she just looks at you, her expression completely unchanged.
I don't have anything on my person except for an empty chip bag. So I'm gonna take it out. And go.
Ooh.
You said they trade, right? Is this valuable? This is probably valuable. Look, it's so shiny, right?
To the right person, yes. Shininess
I'm gonna
is
try to
always
offer
valuable.
it to the possum.
She looks at it, sniffs it for half a second, and then just immediately like sticks her snout in and starts licking away like all the oil and salt that's left in the bag.
That is a
It
transaction.
completely covers.
Transaction?
It completely covers her face. You're getting the sense that she likes this object that you were giving her.
May I have the mints?
She doesn't even acknowledge you because she's way too enveloped in like this bag of chips.
I'm just gonna put my hand on it, grab it, lift it up. No response.
The moment that it like leaves the table and touches your hand, the bag of chips just poofs and disappears from her face, and all the construction paper stars on her hat suddenly glow and pulse, as if something magical has just occurred, some covenant struck, some deal made.
That's how you buy something.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna pocket them.
Anybody want to go next? You said a doorknob? You wanted the doorknob?
Yeah, I guess. Vox is like digging through their bag and pulls out just like an old, well, probably not used too often, but like a well like kept blanket, and just kind of like rests that gingerly onto the table.
She looks at it, appears to acknowledge it, immediately like crumples it up in like her teeny tiny paws and makes what is effectively like a small bed that she just then like gingerly lays down onto the chair that she is on and just starts purring. She's very comfortable and happy with this arrangement.
All right, and then I'll pick up the doorknob.
All right. Again, the stars glow and pulse, and the blanket disappears. Another deal was made.
What? He's kind of like still really confused.
This makes total sense to me.
What's your name? I never got your name or the woman's name. What's your name?
Luce.
Luce? Luce, do you want anything? Do you have anything to trade? I have many things to trade. If you don't,
I don't.
a gift from me.
I don't. Look, I guess. And he'll pull out like a small wooden knife. This?
Ooh.
It's like basically what would be like a woodsman knife, like not too sharp, just something like that can cut, but not really do too much else.
Paya looks at it, acknowledges it for a moment, and then gestures over to the rusty kitchen knife as if to say she already has one.
Okay.
I've got things. If you don't got things, I've got things.
If you would please, I don't.
Do you want the rusty kitchen knife, or do you want something else? What do you want?
That candle? Is that what that is?
The candle?
Sure.
The candle. Oh, okay.
I guess.
Now, Paya, for this, I will give you a petrified robin's egg. Just pulls out a petrified robin's egg out of their pocket. Here you go. Is this good?
I'm amazed that didn't break in the fall.
She tries to like bite at it, but it's so petrified that it's a lot tougher and almost impossible for her to actually like bite through it. But she looks at it and looks at you, and
It's a trick.
can you make me a persuasion check?
Yes, I can. Okay. +7. 12. 19.
She looks at it, looks at you, and just like she puts like her little like tiny baby possum paw out and just like starts like opening and closing it as if to say, I would like it, that is mine.
Very well. You may have this, and this is for Luce's candle.
All right. She has it in her tiny paw.
And I want the rusty knife. I will give you an unpickled cucumber for this. Pulls out like a cucumber that basically looks like it's normal.
She looks at it, acknowledges it, and just sort of like nods ever so slightly, and takes that in her other hand. She's waiting for you both to pick up your objects.
Quickly grab my knife. Take it. Take your candle.
Okay. He'll take the candle. Very confused.
Again, the things disappear. The construction paper stars just start like glowing and blinking ever so brightly. There is no limit on the number of things each of you can get. There's still a deflated balloon, there is a leaf in a bottle, and there is a discarded menu, if any of you are interested in those things. And something else that I think that, Luce, you would notice is that Paya no longer has the kitchen knife. So you might be able to actually trade your knife now.
He'll like hold it out to her and just like, balloon?
She looks at it and just like her tiny paw just like reaches up and just like is trying to grab it with like both paws, but like the positioning of it is very awkward, as if like she's holding like a buster sword. She just immediately like topples over, but appears to be happy with the situation.
I didn't think about that. I just realized now that what's small to lose is probably big to other people.
Massive.
Yeah.
She seems happy with you taking the balloon.
He'll grab the balloon. This is the weirdest thing I have ever done.
No, this is commerce. This is commerce.
Sure.
I mean, they aren't wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I've also never traded with anyone before.
I mean, well,
You are getting a crash course, my friend.
I've traded, but I traded before plenty of times, just not with specifically a very intelligent being such as yourself.
Now, what I will say is you never know what magic is in anything. That's why you should take the strangest things and hold them dear.
Okay.
So, I will take the leaf in the bottle and I will give you 3 eyelashes of Duke Dermot that were taken with a kiss.
Why?
Okay, she acknowledges them.
These are they take out a handkerchief that holds like 3 larger than usual eyelashes, like a good like 3 inches long,
That are in a handkerchief.
The handkerchief is still mine. You just get these. They were taken with a kiss.
She just starts like hissing a little bit as if she wants the eyelashes and the handkerchief.
Then I get 2 things. You can have both, but I get 2. You are getting 4 things. 4 things, and I am getting 2.
She thinks about it for a second and just licks the handkerchief, and the eyelashes disappear, and suddenly you look, and Paya has just gigantic eyelashes.
Duke Dermot had very good eyelashes. Very good.
Every time she like blinks her eyes, all of you just feel a just like a slight wind in that moment as she blinks a little bit faster, and suddenly like the leaf in the bottle is like blown by a wind closer to you.
Ooh. So you just took. You don't want the handkerchief? That's fine. It's mine. Unless does somebody else need something to trade for trade?
I'm done.
I think I got the piece that I want. I don't know if I can use much anything else.
I have food.
I'll make you some real food. I don't know if those are still good. I'll be so honest.
It's like a rusty little container.
Yeah, like it is almost like completely rusted shut, but like after like finagling it a little bit, maybe even like using your sword to like get in between the creases, you open it up, and can you roll a d4 for me, please?
4.
Okay, there are 4 mints that are still remaining in this tin.
They look edible. There's no mold. There's no bacteria.
Yeah, they seem edible, I think is a good word for it. I think that you hit the nail on the head. Delectable? Absolutely not. Advisable? Probably no. But yeah, you could definitely eat them.
You know what? That's between you and your gods.
I'd try them. If you didn't want to, I'd try them. You always want to try something at least once, right?
All that's left is the discarded menu. If no one wants that, we can end this.
I'll give you the handkerchief.
That's
I will give you the handkerchief for the discarded menu. I love a deal. I love trading. Sorry.
She looks at it, acknowledges it, and you can see as if like she's like her eyes are like squinting as if like you know you can do better.
Do you really want the prestige?
Well, now I feel challenged. Yes. I'll give you
all right.
seven wetter than usual apricots.
What?
How about I sweeten the deal? I'll go over, and I no idea if Pi, you'd want something like this, but I'm gonna go into my bag and I'm gonna pull out a tiny little like gnome crafted music box that like crank it up a little bit and then just like put it on the table in the center as it like little thing, and it clicks open, and it's almost like a little like faux mimic mouth, and it just like little like da 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 da.
She looks at that, her eyes immediately widen to almost be proportional with the eyelashes that are currently on her face. She looks at that, she is absolutely enthralled, and just gives for half a second like an all too human, like very slight nod up and down.
Alright, best dish is yours.
Really? Oh,
Freely given.
you're so sweet. I think I like you. Thank you.
Tip my hat.
I just got 3 things for 2. Well, I guess I gave 3. You got out of here very, very well, Possum.
As you pick up the menu, the music box disappears, but so does the handkerchief.
You. No, you cheated me. You do not get the handkerchief.
And she
I'll
like
remember
lets
this.
out like this like weird squeak that is like almost a little bit of a laugh. And then she like reaches down into like her thing, like her like her pouch, and she reaches out and just like with one paw is like reaching for Vox's hand.
I'll reach out.
In her other paw, she just like gives you what appears to be like a friendship bracelet that was made by like probably like a small child and like discarded. It appears to be like frayed at both ends, but there is a single bead that appears to be like a plastic orange bead on it. You don't know what it does, but it appears to be like the remains of like making this square. So this is for you.
All right, I'll put it around. I'll do a little mending to mend it around the wrist.
Something that you notice is that when you do the mending, it makes it possible to be put around the wrist, but it doesn't appear to actually get rid of any of like the grime or the dirt in the way that like mending normally would like improve the quality of an object. Almost as if like the grubbiness of it is somehow a part of the magic of whatever it is that Paya is. And therefore getting something from her is always going to be a little bit shittier than it was when like you first got it.
I work at a scrapyard. This is about on par with the rest of my things.
I could tie it on if you'd like.
Oh no, I got it. I'm good.
Okay.
Yep, the table completely empty. All of what she assumes to be four happy customers. She suddenly gets down from the table, looks at all of you, nods ever so slightly, and just walks away from this bit of alleyway off to the left.
Well, that was absolutely invigorating. I'm so excited. I've got new things.
I learned that the value of chip bags is very high.
It is. To the right person.
Especially the possums. Yeah. We didn't like bind our souls to these items or something, right? There's not some weird like we're not cursed now. Just to clear the air about that.
Who knows? That's the fun about it. Come on, let's go get food. Just starts walking out of the alleyway.
I think Lutz has dissociated at this point. So he's just like,
Box will reach a hand up on to like turn loose, like, all right, come on, big guy.
and he'll just like walk, and then he'll go, Possum, why? What?
Who can say, buddy? Who can say?
That was the nicest
Now, come on, we'll
shopkeeper.
burn daylight.
What's a pie? Just
Can I
follow
give him
along.
the business card that we got? It's a trader.
Yeah, you absolutely can. That still remains. But you do notice that, like, as the four of you, like, take that turn, like, to, like, go back to where you were from the alley, as you look back, that turn that led into the Paya shop no longer exists.
I'm choosing to radically accept this. Moving on.
They gotta protect their wares somehow.
Pastiche, unfazed, just started to walk in a completely random direction, doesn't even know if they're going the right way.
Vox will whistle and point in the direction we're going.
The four of you finally make it to the... Sorry, should I say five of you? You still have Surf's head.
I prefer 5, I suppose. 4 and a third.
Let's
4 and a
say
fifth.
4.15. How about that?
Ooh.
That's sad.
The 415% of you make it to the scrapyard. For those of you that haven't been there before, it is basically just this like vast expanse of like scrap metal and wood, pieces of like failed magical experiments, or like different like pieces of magical machines that are most likely being used like in the city. There are a number of other like small structures, one of which is a cabin that Liv is very familiar with very recently, and Vox has known for most of his life. Directly in front of it, there are 2 rocking chairs. One which is regular sized, made of wood, and another one that is much bigger, maybe 2 to 3 times larger, and appears to be made of metal. Off in the corner of this, near the tree line, there is a very large, what appears to be almost like a lookout or a surveying tower, which Vox, you would know, obviously, because it is your home.
Yep. I'm stopped by Serv's cabin and his office, because I just want to do a once over, see if he's got any other things that he's not going to need. Specifically, I know that he has access to like the main kitchen, which is where I would want to bring everybody. The kitchen's here, as well as the forge is here, and the actual workshop is there where he can kind of set, I think for now, just sets Serv's head down on his rocking chair and says, everybody, welcome. Come, just make yourself at home, find a place to sit. There's a few places. Nothing too comfortable. I'll get on. Lucy, you can come with me. I'll show you where all the cookings and fixings is in.
Do you need any help in the kitchen?
I mean, feel free if you'd like, but I think me and Lucy might
I
have
do
it.
love to cook. But it's up to you. If you don't want it, I don't need to be there.
I think it's next time.
Next time.
Can I insight check Pastiche?
Absolutely. Pastiche, make deception or persuasion. Don't tell us which.
Okay.
Not great. 14.
14 as well.
Okay. I think it's like meets it, beats it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're going up against me, so I will say you can see that Pastiche actually honestly is saying they like to cook.
Okay.
They're actually 100% offering their assistance with nothing behind it.
I'm like, you know what? Then yeah, why not? Can I'll bring Pastiche into the kitchen as well then, and we can all.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Next.
Right.
Yes. Okay. He'll just accept the fate.
As the 3 of you step into the kitchen, I think the first thing that you notice is the crinkling underneath of almost like, I'd say like a dozen discarded potato chip bags.
I kept some of them, so it's not entirely littering.
I slowly turn my head to look at Liv.
What?
Oh, you were busy.
He said I could
You
have all
liked
of it.
these.
God,
Not really. They were okay.
why don't I make everybody some
spicy.
tea, coffee? Anybody?
Too flavorful. Too salty.
Well, I'm knackered, so coffee.
What's coffee?
Energizing kind of bean water.
Like a potion.
Oh, I know what coffee is. Oh, you're not
Kinda,
talking
yeah.
to me. You're talking to her.
Sorry.
Okay.
Dude, sorry. Coffee, Prestige? Or tea?
You know, I will take some tea. What type of tea do you have?
Let's find out. I would assume Serve would have a handful of like the basic, probably blacks, green, nothing too black tea, green tea, maybe a little bit of chai left because I think that's probably
Is it all
if
loose?
Foxes have it. Oh yeah, 100%. It's all little mason jars.
Pastiche looks so excited. You mean I can make my own blend?
Be my guest. It's
Fantastic.
not like anyone else is using it.
Just immediately starts going towards the mason jars, like looking at them, opening them up, sniffing them, putting the like no, and then putting it back, and then grabbing other ones.
As Pastiche is doing that, I'm gonna follow right behind. Like everything that you pick up, smell, and then put it down. I'm gonna pick up what you put down and eat one of the leaves.
Okay.
I think if Vox is making coffee and is not paying attention to this, so that's just gonna happen.
So every time that like Liv does that, that's don't eat too much of that, or do It'll be fun. And it just keeps going. Keeps going.
I think Luce is noticing it and choosing to ignore it. And then is going to start cooking. And then to himself go, Why? Okay, you got this. It's fine. You're good. Cook. Just none.
The loose pantries down the hall. The pantry is just like full to the brim with various things, mostly like cornmeal, grits, and like travel ready food, a lot of like ration adjacent stuff, and then like fruit, vegetables.
He's just kind of looking. He goes, from now on, I'm going to drop off fresh vegetables to you.
You know, I'd appreciate it. I don't get a chance to go to the store as often as I'd like, and well, not that he could, but serve is not one for the more organics, obviously.
Right. Okay. Yep. Oh. Well, now that we're here, so I've been seeing this bloke around, this man, pale, mysterious, and just, I don't trust it, so I would appreciate it if you guys could be on the lookout for a man that's sort of medium height, like 5'9", pale, beautiful, elven, and...
Oh, what? Do you have a bunch of scars?
He'll like shrug his shoulders. I think.
Oh, never mind.
Maybe, no, okay. But
Where
that was
is it you've seen this figure?
everywhere today. Like first I went to go heal this older woman in town that I always go heal, and then he remembers the bet that he made with her. He's like, fuck. Anyway, he was there, and then he grabbed something from the, I don't know, he got something after, but right before I unfortunately passed out from the pain. I don't know, it's just, I don't trust it. It's weird. I plan on telling my mom about it.
Well, we can certainly, I suppose I'll have to keep a lookout for you. It's kind of my job.
Okay, I'm going to make a hearty meal. If you need me, I can attempt to maybe magically help. I know a little bit, but not.
No meat, please.
You're a vegetarian like me?
Yes, I do not eat any meat at all.
Okay, well, then let me, because my mom's version of vegetarian is whatever you can catch in the wild, so I don't think I'm technically vegetarian. I think that's just what she says. So, when you say no meat, like no deer, bison?
No meat.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're like Twilight vegetarian.
Basically voicing this guy.
Twilight vegetarian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you sparkle in the sun?
Maybe. No. He'll get to work on that, and the whole time he's saying that same thing he always say to himself. I'm fine. I'm here. I got this. Yep. Don't burn the fur. Don't burn the fur. And I think now, like, he's like actually had taken off his like jacket. You can all see like this light blue fur that goes up his forearms. Everywhere else, he's pretty much kind of hairless besides the hair on his head.
I'll make loose coffee first and hand it over, and then start on the second. It's a single hand grinder, so it's a lot of kind of going through the motions. Pastiche is making tea.
Right now. Oh. Yeah, the blend right now that they've got going on is green tea with some chamomile, little bit of orange peel and or like orange flour and just a little bit of crystallized honey. And after that, they put it in and take the water and drip it out. Does anybody else want any, or is this just for me?
You live tea or coffee, or both?
I would like to try both. I've never seen
Very
so
well.
much food
Okay.
in my life.
Do you like sweet or bitter?
Sweet. You can eat sweet
Passes
things
over
here.
the crystallized
You can
honey.
eat sweet things here.
I'll make Liv's coffee with a hint of a little bit of milk and then a little bit of sugar, and then maybe just like a tea, like a tablespoon or two, like a half a tablespoon of like cocoa powder, and just like.
And how Pastiche makes their tea is loose leaf, nothing straining. All of the leaf and everything is just in the brew that they make, like in the mug. So it's a chunky tea, and hands over a mug. Let that just sit for about a good 10 minutes, and it will be good to drink at that point. You can drink around, or even just take, I don't know, little bites of the floats. It's a little fun. It's not necessary though. Some people don't like pulp.
Why would I want to chew with my drink? God, that sounds awful. Anyway, go ahead.
Maybe it's like a soup.
It saves time.
You get all the nutrients that way.
Tea is soup.
Yeah.
It's just another type of soup.
Oh my god.
I've eaten soup like this before. I've boiled tree bark before. It's the same thing.
Almost, yes.
Liv, we never really talked. We never really got a chance to ask. Where are you from exactly? Because Surf said he was giving you safety. You said.
Far away. Far away.
All right, that's my questions answered. Once everyone's settled with their drinks, Vox is gonna go over and grab Surf's head and bring it in over towards the workshop. And it's all kind of big open space. There's not really like multiple rooms generally. I'm just gonna bring it over and start taking the more like advanced pieces to kind of start looking over it, like magnifying and looking at the inner workings. So Vox would be dealing with that, but still present to like chat, just to like a little distracted.
I'm going to say this would be a tinker check.
What do I add to Tinker's checks?
I think you could do investigation or arcana here. Right now, you're using your tinker's tools. This is something you've worked on many, many times before. You're already in your element. You can absolutely take advantage here.
Okay, advantage. Tinker's tools is intelligence plus proficiency, yeah? Thank God for advantage. That's a natural one.
Ooh.
And it's not much better. That's a flat 10.
Yeah, with a 10, you know that there is a place, that there is like a device that can basically just like recharge the head a little bit to determine like what is actually left. You are able to like plug it in. The socket is bent a little bit, just like from the fall and from the damage of like the knife. But you're able to like fix that enough, like a couple of mendings, and place it in. The head starts glowing ever so slightly in this moment, as like it's just pulsating with like magical energy from wherever the magical energy comes from here. And the purple light still has not gone away. In fact, the moment that it touches, like the moment that like the charge starts to run through, what was originally just like 2 pinpricks of light after like taking the head off the body suddenly turns into what is essentially like a flashlight illuminating the entire room in this bright, deep purple light.
This feels like home.
I'm sure this is normal. I think Vox is a little stumped about where to go next, because none of my any magical ability I have is kind of worked through unintentionally. I have no innate skill in this, so I'm not quite sure how to feel this out in any way that is best case. He wakes up and he says what's going on. Worst case, maybe he blows up. Maybe everyone take a few steps back.
At this point, Pastiche is like right above Vox's shoulder, like on the left-hand side, just watching. Takes a sip of their tea, and a couple leaves like stick to their teeth, and you just see him lick it off and start chewing. No, I'm not that great at these types of things, but I don't know. Have you tried hitting it really hard? I've heard that can help.
You know, I had not. Pulls a like a little ball hammer out. Do you want to do that for me? I'll present it for you. I'll tilt the head enough so I can almost. Yeah, I'm gonna tilt the head and position it just enough so you can see like where the light seems to be coming from. It's almost like the like where it connects, like near where the eye, because I'm assuming that's where most of the light would be emitting, and be like, just hit about right there, and we'll see. On top of this, Austin, to help, is that I want to get like some glass or like a lens of some kind and lay it over, and I want to use my magical tinkering to create a static visual effect appearing on one of the like an object surface. They can be a picture or up to 25 words of text to try to like see if I could just like tease out whatever message is like swirling around in there.
Okay. All right. I really like that. Okay. Yeah, I think first just make an attack roll.
Okay.
If we're doing percussive maintenance.
So basically like an unarmed strike is what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. They set down their mug and like takes a couple like practice swings before actually going for the real one, and a 13.
That's not enough to do damage, but it's definitely enough to like jostle. As you hit the side of Surf's head, the light passing through this lens doesn't seem to change, but it does appear to focus ever so slightly. But what appears next does not appear to be like a projection of like an image in the light itself, as suddenly you hear Serv's voice as it goes, Vox, I, Vox, I, Vox, I, Vox, I, as if it's like a record skipping in place.
Hit it again.
Yeah, that's just it. Good. Hit it again. Yeah, and I'm just gonna readjust, and I'm gonna use another magical tinkering.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Nat 20.
Oh shit.
Let's go. And specifically, Austin, actually, this thing is realizing its sound. I'll switch it over and pull over a couple of something else, almost like create like almost like ball and cup adjacent. Whenever tapped by a creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away.
Okay, so you're doing this to capture the sound, or are you doing this to
help it play?
Okay, with a nat 20, you hear Vox. I want to light ticket. Love. And that's it.
I want to like to get love.
Ticket, love.
Ticket.
Unfortunately, that was a nat 20, which you seem to hit just the right exact perfect spot to completely dislodge the voice box. As if like it is letting loose like this last bit as much as it possibly can. And it appears to be completely inoperable. You may be able to find another one, but it might take a couple days of searching the entire scrapyard for it.
Was that what we were going for?
To be honest, I don't. I don't think so, but I appreciate the help either way. I was stumped. No, it's fine. You did exactly what we asked. What I asked.
Okay. So
Luce, is there usually tickets for the festival?
And you watch as he now is coming out with the food and have acknowledges Liv's love for a lot of food. So he has like a giant like what you would make a cake in bowl that's just randomly in the kitchen for some reason, and and
It's definitely in
he
there.
hears that and he goes, no, not necessarily. We just go. It's been like that my whole life. I mean, well, when the performers are in town, then sometimes we get tickets. Yeah.
Austin, the ticket I
Yes.
got at the beginning that Serve gave me, I'll pull it out. I mean, then what? And like, can I look this over again? What is this for?
It appears to be a ticket for the festival itself.
Then what is this?
You pull it out.
Yeah.
As you pull it out, you look at as like the light from Serve's eyes touches the ticket itself, a symbol appears on the ticket. You know what this symbol is. It is a singular arch with a small circle on the left-hand side, and also from the left-hand side a line dashing out towards what would be like the center of like the overall circle if the arch were to continue. This is the symbol of the Oriri Collective.
The Fractal King.
I'd like you to make an intelligence check for me, please. Or Arcana.
Arcana is definitely better. That's a dirty 20.
All right. You're thinking about the fight earlier, and as you're looking around, you are realizing that perhaps like the function of these eyes, like the light itself, is not necessarily like a warning. It's possibly a tool. Whatever it was that Serve was doing, it was not to harm you, but possibly to relay this message. And in order to do so, he needed this light. With your Arcana, you know that this is a magical light, most likely designed to give vision and to give opacity in some way, shape, or form to hidden things.
What?
You don't entirely know what it was, but you do think that it's probably pretty important. And with a dirty 20, I'd like you to make me a luck check, please.
Natural 1.
ooh.
We've had a lot.
Metronome swinging.
There are like a number of plates that appear to have like been broken off of like Serve's head, but they just appear to be complete scrap at this point.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but whatever it is, it's got to have to do with this ticket and the collective.
Luce, I'm pretty sure you know that you also have a ticket like this.
No. He'll just kind of like take his ticket out also.
Has the exact same symbol on it. I think you can realize that like this is probably just like an anti-counterfeit measure than anything else. It may not be connected to this ticket.
Right. Like I said, we usually don't buy them. We
Interesting.
just kind of show up and things are given. So this time it was this. So
Whatever's happening, it's got to be pointing to the collective. I mean, Sir hated those folks.
who?
The Oriri, the collective. No, they kind of own the scrapyard as well. They kind of have to deal with them. But Serve's was working here for, he's basically a fixture. But He despised these folks. He had to have more of a reason than just being bad at his job. There's got to have been a better option.
Oh. Okay. Well, if they are the reason why all this happened, then, what should we do?
Who?
The Erie Collective, right?
The
Orari?
Are they like the government?
Riri.
Oriri.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I don't know
yeah.
them.
They're like
The bad?
All governments are bad.
Oh, well,
that one speaks the truth.
again, my mom, she has a weird way of saying things. So, I don't know them by that name, but if we're talking about the same people, she says they're a bunch of the bad word for butt.
Ass?
Yes.
It's also a donkey. Did you know that?
Yes. So, if that's what we're talking about, then this is bad, I think. Is the proper thing to say.
Are they oppressive?
I mean, I would say that they are the perfect example of the banality of evil.
What,
I don't know that word, but I will say if evil is a thing, I'm going to assume that is... They coincide with each other, which means that's bad, and evil should die.
what religion do they follow?
That's a good question.
What do they follow, Austin?
You know they follow the Fractal King.
Yeah, okay. The Fractal King. Well, I mean... Well, you addressed as him but maybe an hour ago, Pastiche.
Oh, yes. You know, I hear things. They go in one ear and they go out the other most of the time, and I hardly keep things in here unless they're important.
No. Well, this might be one of those things.
Oh, okay. The Oriri Collective are bad and worship me. I got it.
I don't think
Yes.
the wires are... No.
Close enough.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Before you eat the food, I did learn from my mom, and I think it tastes fine. You might not. So, enjoy.
It looks absolutely delicious.
All food is something to be thankful for.
He basically made like breakfast stew.
Damn right.
In a way. Yeah.
Okay.
Or soup, I guess you could say.
You're getting so much soup.
Soup comes in all different types of textures and flavors.
Did you know that cereal is a soup as well?
I don't know what cereal is, but I bet I'll bet that it's a soup.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that to me?
You can have what's left in the morning.
Sorry.
Everything can be a soup if you think about it.
So, okay, stop. If I go on a fucking...
Wait till you hear the ocean is a
Water
soup.
with ice is also a soup.
Exactly.
The ocean is a soup
no.
as well.
Just the
I just want to point
biggest
that out.
The biggest soup.
It is the biggest soup. Yeah. Poseidon, the god of soup.
Anyway, sorry.
And Big Macs or lasagna.
But
Yeah.
anytime you guys take a bite of the food, he does flinch. It's not bad. It's like regular, like what you would imagine, like a breakfast soup with like eggs and sausage and whatever else you could find in it.
This is the best food I've ever had.
Oh. Eats it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah. But specifically for pastiche, no sausage. It's just egg. Sorry. It's,
Never mind.
I forgot. That was me.
Oh, boy.
My bad.
Yeah, as the four of you are eating this delicious breakfast soup, one clue down to whatever happened to your friend. You look out the window, Luce, and you know the sun is starting to set. Can you make me a history check, please?
History. Oh no, the sun explodes. No.
What's a sun?
That is a 10.
You are running a little bit late to a card game that you promised a very nice old lady.
Oh no. Oh no. And then he's like grabbing his stuff.
Oh, Luz, what's going on?
No, I made a promise to an old greedy friend of mine. So I have to go. But you can find me at the I don't know why she named it. She could have named it anything else. You could find it at my mom's shop. I'll be there. That's where we also kind of live. So,
What's the name of the shop? Now I'm curious.
Guts in Crystal is the name.
Gross.
Yeah.
I love it.
Anyway, if you need me, or like if we need to do something about whatever all this stuff is, just come by, scoop me, pick me up. No, actually, pick me up.
You're
What's
quite
going on?
large. I don't know if I can.
I weigh like $110. You probably could.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna head out.
Do you need company? I'm supposed to stay with him.
I think it's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Austin. I just to clarify, because I remembered from last session that I made a note. I was supposed to stop by and help Augustus, and he is also the card player that I think Luce is going to play with. So would I recognize the name?
So something that I think that you would know is that Auntie Molt, who is most likely the person that Luce is going towards, got kicked out of the card game that you normally go to for going a little too crazy at night, like getting like way too into it to the point where people were like, is she gonna have a heart attack? Yeah, so you have never seen Luce there, so you don't really pick up on like, oh, Luce is going to that specific card game.
Then never mind then.
So Luce, you head over to Auntie Molt's house.
Yes.
As you get over there, it has a very similar feeling that it did from this morning. As you walk in, and around a kitchen table, there are two people. One is Auntie Molt, appearing to be in good spirits, with a very large pot in the middle of the game that is occurring, and with a number of chips still on her side. On the other is the man that you have been seeing all day, whose chips are so much higher. As you walk in, Auntie Molt looks at you and goes, "Oh, Lucerin, you made it. I am so grateful to have another person whose butt I can kick."
And he just kind of standing there, shocked. And I think this is probably gonna be the first time he actually gets angry. You blimmin' bloke. Why?
Why what, friend?
No, don't. I don't even know you. What are you doing?
All will be revealed in time. But for now, let's give this lovely lady a nice game, shall we?
Stories Told Again is a podcast game mastered and produced by Austin Bakke and performed by Tiffany Veprinski as Liv, Took I Guess as Luce, Jeff Barry as Pastiche, and Rayne Eldridge as Vox. Editing by Rayne Eldridge and Jess the Cleaver. Scoring and mastering by Tiffany Veprinski. All art for the campaign is created by Beelzebub Harbinger. A link to their work can be found in the episode description. Website and social media by Chelsea Louis. Special thanks to Alexis Demetra for providing the voice of the documentarian. If you like what we do, consider being a part of the story by joining our Discord or following us wherever we post. Links can be found in the episode description.